Schools are also working with community agencies in a more direct way to close the achievement gap. That's the purpose of a program getting underway on Mission Hill at Sociedad Latina. The program's a Saturday Academy for English language learners. It's also part of a campaign by youth community organizers to make the public schools more culturally proficient. And to tell us about the program is our guest, a coordinator from Sociedad Latina, Jennifer Reyes. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, I guess talk about the age group that you're aiming at with this program.
Okay. This year we're aiming at 5th through 8th grade, so it's BPS students from across the city, so all middle school students are applicable as long as they have been classified as ELD or ELL, depending on what the school has. So we're very excited. It's going to be a larger group, so it's going to be 5th through 8th grade.
So you come in on Saturdays for, 14 weeks?
Yes, so they'll be starting this Saturday and they will go through June, so it'll be 14 weeks, so there'll be at least 2 Saturdays they'll have off with the vacation schedule and long weekends as well.
So how many hours are we talking about each Saturday?
So we'll be talking about a full day, so it'll be 8:30 to 1:30, so everything from breakfast and lunch, a full hour and a half of an ELA class or English language art class, and then even more exciting, after lunch they'll be able to have an hour and a half class of just art. So they'll be able to do dancing, music, capoeira, visual arts, woodworking. So they'll be able to choose one particular art after this week and be able to stick with it for the 14 weeks.
What about the kind of teachers or other kinds of adults working in this program you're going to have?
Yeah. So with their teachers that they'll be assigned to after this week, there are also BPS teachers that are ELL certified. So it's great to know that at least 2 of them are actually high school teachers. So the teachers that know and understand what skills they need to be successful at the high school level and just want to be able to give back. And 2 of them actually are as well Latino. So it's great to have just a Latino figure to be able to mentor them for the next 14 weeks. So the teacher will stick with them, and the teacher will also serve more of a chaperone as well in the afternoon. So they'll be really developing relationships with at least 1 adult the entire time in small groups of no more than 12 in their cohort.
Now, there are supposed to be things going on during the Monday through Friday school schedule to help students, even with learning English. What's the advantage of going to a program like this?
I think it's outside of their school, and to know that they're going to a community center, which is the partnership that we have with Mission Main Community Center, and to just know that the entire community is behind them. So the fact that this is free, that it's available to them, that they have a full staff that will be there every Saturday, that teachers are taking the time to do this, and that the cooperating organizations, again, it's a free service. So, we are definitely working with these organizations to be able to have them practice the skill of English and working with groups, and that the English skill is not just something you read and write, but something you practice ongoing. So they'll be able to definitely translate what they're learning in the morning and the afternoons in these enrichment clubs.
Now, talk about how important it is, because I've struggled with some languages in my time, and I know you have to keep doing things over and over again.
Yes.
And you also need someone who's keeping an eye on you.
Yes. We definitely have found that there's only so much that can be done at home, and the bulk, especially in this country, of the time you spend from the age of 5 all the way to 18 is at school. So it's nice to know that on a Saturday schedule we could do this as well. So each participant will be able to also have the supporting staff, such as myself and my intern and my supervisors on there as well, to get to know them, to know every single student, and just forming conversations and just making sure that they are practicing informally. And they probably won't know that that's exactly what they're doing, but the practice of the skill is so important. It's not just be able to write academically and formally, but informally, and the code switching. How do you speak to a supervisor, and how do you speak to Jen, the coordinator, versus just speaking to your classmate and have a discussion. We're really excited about the themes in the ELA classes, because they're very self-explanatory and very self-exploratory, so they get to talk about themselves, where they come from, what neighborhood they're from. So in talking about who they are and valuing who they are, they get to translate it in English. So they get to, again, understand that they can talk about themselves and who they are to a large demographic, but just being able to be bilingual.
Now, this sounds like what you're talking about in connection with another factor here. This is a program that's built on a cultural proficiency campaign by youth organizers.
Yes. So our high school employment program does include one of our strongs, which is the community organizing, which has 2 components. It has a health education component and then more of the community organizing. And these groups of students are phenomenal. They're high school students. It's 15 of them, and they're led by 2 of our staff, where they have been challenging and pushing back the school committee and BPS and making sure that every student is valued for what their background is. Of course, we're a Latino organization, and the bulk of our students are Latino, but we have students that are talking about all types of languages and cultural differences, and it could be a regional difference. And are you valued in your school? Last summer, they spent the bulk of the summer surveying other high school students, and they got about 300 students to participate in the survey that all agreed that every student can be valued, even if you are a native English speaker, that they also felt it was important that their classmate felt valued. So it's nice to know that although we're doing the pushback and attending school committee meetings and having meetings with the superintendent and BPS, that as a staff we are also providing services and hopefully modeling how these kind of students could definitely be valued in an academic setting.
Now, about the age group you're working with, this is a critical time because it's just before high school.
Absolutely.
And there might be also a way to segue into maybe even a summer job, right?
Absolutely. So as a youth development, youth employment organization, by the age of 14, if they are under, they're not in high school yet, if they are 14 during the summer months, they can definitely participate in our youth employment program. So it's great to be able to catch those 7th and 8th graders that can understand that. And then as 9th graders, they can be part of our Success Academy and focus more on academics, but really be able to capture them and help them transition into high school so they can then later on stay in our organization and work, and we'd be able to serve them and help them have mentors so we can definitely follow them from as middle school into their second year of college.
I know there's more information you could be giving and more about the parents
Absolutely.
and helping for them. So is there a way people can get in touch? You're still taking applications
We
too,
are
right?
definitely taking applications. We have 60 slots, so we definitely would love to have every single seat filled. Our organization is located at 1530 Cheatmont Street in Roxbury in the Mission Hill area. So just in between Brigham Circle and Roxbury Crossing, very, very easy to get to. There's the 66 bus, there's obviously the orange line and the green line.
Right across the Mission Church, right?
Absolutely, the big cathedral with the big park next to it, and the Tobin School, Mission Grammar School. Our phone number is 617-442-4299. Jennifer is probably, myself, is probably the best connection, but anybody on staff would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
From Sociedad Latina, Jennifer Reyes. In a moment, Black art, the past, present, and the future. But first, this message.